Okay, so grade 9, this is the second part of our discussion, which is about magnetic quantum numbers. Okay, the third quantum number is called the magnetic quantum number, or M subscript L, or M sub L. So it's dependent on the values of your angular number. So how do we get it? It ranges from the value of negative L to positive L. So, ibig sabihin, kung ang value, kunyari ng angular number mo is 2. So, anong letter yon or anong shape? If L is 2, then that means that's a D shape. D subshell yon, no? Letter D. So, magnetic number, as we said earlier, talks about the orientation. Ilan ba sa bawat number, sa bawat angular number, ilan yung posibleng orientation niya? Meron bang nakahiga along the x-axis? Meron ba nakapatayo along the y-axis? Meron ba nakapadiagonal? So, it talks about yung kanyang orientation. Now, if the angular number is 2, and you get magnetic number as negative L to positive L, then how many orientations are possible? So let's try to compute it. If L equals 2, and then that's a D subshell, then the magnetic numbers are negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2. Kasi from the negative value to the positive value. So, ilan yon? Negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2. 5. So, the answer is, there are 5 possible orientations in a D subshell. Merong 5 possible orientations in a D subshell because the values are from negative 2 hanggang positive 2. So, some students, they will just answer, dalawa, negative at saka positive. Hindi. It should be a range, okay? Yung buong range ng negative to positive value. Now, ibig sabihin nun, yung isang orbital, okay, sa isang region or subshell, yung isa doon nakahiga, nasa x-axis. Yung isa nakapatayo, nasa y-axis. Yung isa nakapadiagonal, nasa z-axis. Okay? So, lahat yun nasa isang space. Meron nakahiga, may nakatayo, may naka-slant. But they are all combined together, and then the shape will get complicated. Now, remember, eto na, medyo, let's take it easy para maintindihan nating lahat. Now, your magnetic quantum number, each orientation, okay, or each orbital can hold 2 electrons. Again, 2 electrons, bawat orientation, it can hold 2 electrons in opposite directions. So, ano ibig sabihin nun? Sabi natin kanina, if D subshell, yung shape na D, has 5 possible orientations, ibig sabihin 5 yung orientation sa subshell na yon, each subshell, each orbital, bawat orientation can hold 2. So, in total, ilan ang kayang hawakan ng D na region or na D na subshell? So, that's 2 times 5. So, it can hold, the D subshell can hold 10 electrons. Okay? So, let's try the others. Now, kunyari, principal number 1. Ang principal number 1, ang values ng L niya ay 0. Siyempre, 0 to n-1, edi 0 lang yun. Ano ang shape kapag 0? S. Diba? Pag principal number 2 naman, or sa second energy level, the values are 0 and 1. So, ibig sabihin, sa second level, merong shape na S at saka P. Kasi 0 and 1. Diba? Likewise, sa level 3, so we have 0, 1, 2, or SPD. And then sa level 4, we have 0, 1, 2, 3, or SPDF. Na ano ibig sabihin nun? Ang dami naman. Angular numbers pa lang. So, let's talk about the magnetic numbers. Alamin natin ilan kaya ang orientation sa bawat shape at ilan ang kaya niyang hawakang electrons. This is very important in order for you to understand about electron configuration. Okay? Now, the S shape or number 0 na angular number niya is 0, then the magnetic number is also 0. Wala namang negative 0. Wala namang positive 0. So, ilan lang yon? Ilang values lang yon? Isa lang. So, the number of electrons is just 2. Isa lang eh. Isa lang yung orientation niya. Di dalawa lang yung kaya ng hawakan. So, S-shape can hold 2 electrons. Next, how about your P-shape? Your P is equivalent to 1. Then the magnetic numbers is the magnetic numbers are negative 1, 0, and 1. Ilan values yon? Negative 1, 0, 1. So there are 3 values. Each orbital holds 2 electrons. So 3 times 2 is 6. So P subshell can hold 6 electrons. Next, the D subshell naman. The D subshell is also known as number 2. So the magnetic numbers are negative 2, 0, 1, and negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, and 2. So 5. Each can hold 2. So that's equivalent to 10 electrons. Now your task is, for question number 4, you compute for the F subshell. What are the magnetic numbers of an F subshell? How many possible orientations are in an F subshell? And how many electrons can an F subshell hold? Again, sa number 4, there are 3 sub-questions. Letter A, what are the magnetic numbers? De-determine yun pag F. Letter B, how many possible orientations are there? And letter C, how many electrons can an F subshell hold? The last number is very easy. The last quantum number is very easy. It is the spin quantum number. The spin quantum number describes the orientation of the spin axis of an electron. Kung ano daw yung ikot ng electron. So, each electron, di ba? Each electron in an orbital, merong movement na pa-upwards, merong isa pa downwards. Okay? So, sometimes they are called the up and down numbers. So, the values are just simply positive 1/2 and pagpababa, negative 1/2. So, yun na yun. So, each electron alternatingly, they have different spin numbers. Now, we talk about the electron configuration. When we say electron configuration, this describes how electrons are distributed in these orbitals. Ano ba itsura? Using the numbers, parang pagkakita pa lang ng electron configuration, ng number at letters na yon, the scientist or student learning science will understand kung ano bang itsura ng atom. So, it shows the principal number, subshell shape, and the number of electrons. Ang tawag doon ay electron configuration. But, the technique for this is a top secret. Tayo lang. It's very accessible and it's made for you. And hindi na natin siguro pag-aaralan yung long technique. We will just focus on the short technique. But I think we'll just study about this all together on a separate occasion. Mahirap siya pag video. It might be too overwhelming. So, grade 9, I want you to answer the 4 questions that we have on the video. So, if you haven't listened to the video, then you won't be able to answer the 4 questions about the quantum numbers. So, that's it. Have a great week. I want answers by February 4. Thank you.